Okay, so right now I'm going to play for you guys a couple clips. Um, the first clip I think I want to play is, um, you know, uh, let's start out with this clip right here. Okay, let's start out with this one. Let's get a little image up here. These are graphics, you guys. Don't be dismayed. This is not my uh, game, so to speak. These things are being staged against me, as you can see, against the beast system and what you individuals are going against in this world as a target is this beast system in this technological cube. So here we have the personification, which of this cube, um, you know, adopting different images and personas, so to speak, to control your life, okay, in certain ways and factors. But the first clip I want to start out with is this one here. Okay. And it looks like I'm having audio issues. Hang on. Oh, okay. Okay, so you guys may remember Yahweh, Yahweh Rules too. Okay, this is a channel that, you know, some years ago during targeting, I knew this individual, or I didn't know this individual, but I seen this individual post before on YouTube, and this would be around like the 2013 era. Okay, when there was a poster named Alice Dark or whatever, and individuals were experiencing gang stalking. And I just wonder if that correlates with some type of hacking, because I know a lot of hackers came in the midst during this point in time as well. All right. Given CERN, supercomputers, so on and so forth, extra dimensional beings, it seems that we have been traveling. But this individual right here, this individual here was posting around that time, okay, as a targeted individual. And I seen another individual that looks like this individual, but doesn't exactly act like this individual, that I used to work with. And I'm assuming that he could have potentially been cloned. His genetics were cloned or something like that. But he stopped posting. All of a sudden, he stopped posting, and then that was years before. Like, I ran into him at Walmart when I was working at Walmart, and it wasn't him exactly, like I was said. I think it was a clone, but you know, this individual was posting for a while, and then he just stopped. You know, so I don't know. You know, if this individual, if he's alive, if he's been body snatched, if he's been maybe taken to a different dimension. And I want you to pay attention here to how he looks. Okay. I mean, does he not look with the lighting to a little degree? If you look at the edges, okay. If you look at the edges of people that you see in the media, you have to start to wonder if they were maybe imposed into this, or if this is a 3D representation where you have false images or representations in the midst of us. And to me, he looks like an individual that is a hologram. You know, the little bit of blue shading right here that is coming from the lights or whatever. And if you look at him in context of the room that he's in, you would see these pixels from the basis of him moving, and the shadow in his eyes, despite being pretty much underneath the chandelier. would indicate that he's been imposed into this room. And I thought that this individual was whatever he was experiencing real targeting. So when we think of Enter the Spider-Man or Spider-Verse, where the characters are glitchy and they go through glitchy phases, then we can start to kind of recognize these holograms that may quasi exist in your reality, because glitching would correlate with what? A hologram or 3D representation, even if we've seen it in Star Wars. And like I said, white people today are a lot different than white people that I remember for the most part. And the reason why I point this out is I hope he's well. If anybody knows where he's at, the name of his video is Please Contact Me If You're Real. And I remember during a phase through the 2000s, individuals a lot of times, often in chat rooms, would wonder if another individual was real, and they would run into these catfishing schemes and things of this nature, which generally me, I didn't fuck around with situations online because it left too much room open for shady business. This individual here, you know, if you look right here at the pixeling in his face, this is a hologram, okay? And this is, it's not like, this is deep fake amongst the masses pertaining to what I was going through, that was created for me to believe that these individuals were going through the same thing. But we know that this couldn't necessarily be possible. Okay, so these seem to be light body images or holograms. And you know, it's just interesting, even the phrase of this title correlates with the age or the time period, I should say, in which individual used the if you're real topic. This individual was isolating and going through it and was trapped in his house. And this was a representation that was posted of somebody that was going through a similar experience in a different place or a different reality. And this is a hologram that was placed here of a representation of other individuals going through this. You see what I'm saying? I also want to point out here, and I'm going to turn up the value of how this individual speaks. This is how a general white person would speak. Remember, I said they were more on the analytical side of the game, and now white people are very different in today and age. You don't see many white individuals still in this same faction that I would remember from the Walmart dynamic, which would correlate with plainness and the Midwest. Anyways, this is generally how white people sounded. I know there'll be some white people that get offended by what I said, but I got deeper issues in which I'm trying to figure out what has happened with our time. This world is completely out of balance. Everything seems to be out of balance in this world. And you see what I'm saying? And it's so chaotic nowadays. But I seen this video yesterday. I was watching a video on somebody's channel, and I just got to thinking about, you know what I'm saying, the situation pertaining to like holograms possibly and the Matrix. that when you look at Donald Trump in these videos, like I said, I wasn't sure if this was the same Donald Trump or whatever, but just look at Donald Trump here and look at, you know, look at his hands and the edges in here. Look at the crowd in the background. Is this deep fake? Don't it look like deep fake video? And I feel like this is a psyop. You know, when you look, you know, that's totally imposed in there. And I feel like this is a psyop or a Stasi effect of being gaslighted on society in order to divide the population, and it, you know, all of a sudden everything appears as like every man for himself. You see what I'm saying? Here, let me get through this part. Cause okay, let's see. Let's look at another video. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, there's a lot of text in here, and I didn't watch fully this video, you guys. But just look, when you look at this and you look at the background, you look at, you know, these images. You know, you can't fall for the fruit. We can't fall for the image. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that this is real. This is green screened. Clearly, you know. So society, you know, society is being divided. Okay? Society is being divided. With that being said, I believe that these could possibly be the holograms. And I'm just going to leave it at that, man. Peace and blessings be with you all. I'm out. Yo, what up, what up, what up? You kicking in with your homeboy, OG ghostLore, and it is 3:30 in the morning. I fucking just got out here to this track to walk around it. Now, given the ebbs and flows of time, I've already explained to you guys that generally a single day for me lags. It has the equivalence, like a single day will have the weight of like 2 days. You know what I mean? I remember when I was easily staying awake 3 days at a time just because it seemed like time was going so fast. And now I mean, it's a fight to stay awake. You know what I'm saying? 15 to 20 hours, despite me having like insomnia. There's a certain point in the day where the day just extends and a single hour appears to be so long. You know, an hour can feel as much as an hour and a half to 2 hours. I can have the quality of 10 minutes and how I experience 10 minutes can be as an hour. Now that I'm walking on this track, this deer that was completely on the other side of the fucking track completely walked at least 0.2 2/10 of a mile to be in my general area. This is why I think these creatures are regulated by mother and have human consciousness in them, because it really doesn't make any sense why these animals that are so skittish would constantly always have to be in my area, especially when I'm doing it. Here goes another one. So I got two over here in my pack. And you guys, I'm at a fucking school. You know, there's woods around here. There's so many places where the deer could be. You know what I'm saying? Then others who hang around residential individuals. I find this activity demonic and fucking disgusting. It's disgraceful. I don't see this thing as a thing of God. I see this thing as being fucking disgusting. This is not how animals act. Okay? You know, this place is very fucking sick. Here goes the rabbit that fucking falls around. This is what I mean when you watch Disney princesses and you see the films where all the fucking animals start to come over to a motherfucker that sing a song, la da da da, and you got me talking like fucking Popeye, and they fucking they can't get enough of this shit. This is why I'm scared to pull my dick out just to use the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Because this whole shit is gay, 1,000%. And if you're offended by that, you may have reading comprehension issues to understand comprehension in words. But when it comes to something nefarious and something that you want to achieve and get, how intellectual do you tend to be? That lawyer from the Fallen Angel side. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like 10 deer over here at a fucking elementary school, dude. Just like, and they fucking, where they be grazing on grass, they all just stop and look at a nigga. And that's all they do. Even if they're across the street, there's some across the street, they just stop and they just stare at them. There goes 2 more right there. You know, this is fucking insane, dude. It's the fucking insane. We got creeks around here, we got lakes, we got fucking woods and shit. They fucking, wherever I'm at, dude. If I go over to the other park over there on the other side, they'll fucking follow me over there. These fuckers will follow me over there. They're fucking weird. They're weirdos. Everything here is fucked up. Hey man, listen, I ain't fucking with shit out here, man. You motherfuckers is degenerates. 1,000,000%. If you could comprehend what I'm saying, you won't be offended. If you're offended by what I'm saying, then you have enough intellect to show your intentions. I ain't pointing no fingers if the shoe fits. Niggas hang from a noose and they swear it's a halo. I don't know why I got so many problems. Anyhow, all of these things fucking derail me from what the fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? I can't go out there, go to shooting star and shit. Dude, I'm so tired of all of this fucking shit. I've been seeing shooting stars now since fucking yesterday. The fucking triangle, for anybody who's seen the series called Evil, that has the brother that plays Luke Cage in it, okay? And this young individual, it's this young lady in there from Deep State, okay? And the Indian brother is an angel, okay? His name is Michael, okay? Well, maybe they hypothetically, I'll just put it this way. Hypothetically, maybe they use some DNA from somebody else. But the truth of the matter is it is what it is, man. Do your own research. There's a triangle in the sky. It's these stars that's in a triangle. If now it's watching me. Remember the cloud triangle now is that they're in stars. It's been over here. No matter where I walk. it's over here. The fucking animals. You know, when I see the animals, dog, I just start fucking thinking that those fucking Disney princesses on fucking Disney. I start, you know what I'm saying? It's a fucking thing because it's like, you know, I ain't under fucking mind control, man. I feel like it suggests I'm under mind control. When you see the Disney princess, nigga, and all the fucking animals start coming up. Not only that, like my words have changed. Like I be talking in soliloquies sometimes, and I be rhyming when I be dropping knowledge and shit. And that's kind of like some Disney princess shit. That's kind of like some disassociated shit. Even though I'm completely there with you and everything like that, like it's kind of disassociated, right? Because when did these chicks start singing? Did they start singing when they came under MK Ultra? And you know, now I'm fucking like got this like what? And they call them princesses and shit. And every Disney princess, like all the creatures of the field, all the beasts of the field, just like Adam and Eve pertaining to the fall in the garden. Look how intricate that is. All these creatures start coming up to these princesses. It means they went over the rainbow and shit. They under some type of mind control. You know what I'm saying? And this phenomenon happen here. I mean, as nice as it is, and as much as I like fucking animals, hey man, listen, it's not fucking natural. Okay? It's not natural, man. It's not natural. These people don't act fucking natural around here, dude. They're so fucking, dude, they're so out of it, man. It's so weird. I don't know. It's like lasagna sliding off of a fucking plate. And something about you is just agitated about the amount of time it takes for that lasagna to slide off that plate that you done turned down towards the trash can, right? But it just kind of sploozes over there. Which brings me to a topic. This is, and you guys, I'm just kicking it with you guys right now. I don't do the podcast. I guess I'm just kind of like whatever. Hey man, listen. I call that shit. I call that shit niggas out here nowadays fucking around this shit. They don't know what they fucking with because there's so many like fucking mixtures of different creatures and entities and shit. I would call that shit hot lasagna leg, nigga. Some of these niggas is geeking out, tweaking. Doing the motherfucking Harlem shake and bake. Up in that chicken. That convulsing chicken. That hot lasagna leg, dog. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, man. Yeah, I wanted to touch bases and talk about fucking. It just came to my mind, man. Like, I was watching YouTube yesterday, man. And I have videos playing up here because I record these shits in the park. These little recordings are when I go out for my walk or whatever. And then I put the video together later. And I don't have the headphones in or nothing. Like, it's just all by faith, you know, that these things are recorded together. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm telling you is the video or the clip that I have of some of these clips may not line up exactly. You understand what I'm saying with what I'm talking about at the moment, okay? But there's a young lady, okay, named Olivia, okay. She posts up her video essays and documentaries from time to time, and you know what I'm saying. I was looking at her. And I was thinking, like, yo, this young lady looks familiar. That's what I was thinking to myself. And I was thinking, where have I seen her? And actually, Olivia, I know Olivia from this lifetime, actually. But the interesting thing is, Olivia has mentioned that she, you know what I'm saying, you know, I guess is in college right now. She's going to college. Which is interesting because the young lady that I know that looks dead on exactly like this female, dead on. The hair, everything's the same. It is this female. This is this Zendaya situation where I have to wonder if this individual has been swapped out. When I watch Marvel and it talks about things such as squirrels, or I know of like ancient spirits such as the millipede, that is the Archon or whatever. It's kind of like a caterpillar, so to speak. I've known these spirits. I've known these spirits before Earth. All right, and these are archetypes of spirits, and they, you know what I'm saying, they hijack images, okay, from individuals. These are archons or the horsemen that were selected on that main screen in the beginning. And I have to wonder if Olivia is you know, I hate to say it, you may be a real individual spirit, but because you had to, you know, maybe you made a Beetlejuice purchase for that image. You see what I'm saying? Because the young lady I know, her name was Christina, and I know her. Like, we went to raves together. I was in junior college. Yeah, like we kind of know each other, right? And so, but your name is not Christina for one, and you will have to be significantly younger than me. I mean, to be in college right now. I mean, I was in college years ago. You know what I mean? I'm in my 40s, so it's an interesting thing that's either going to be correlated to time, or it's going to be correlated towards these dimensions when you when you separate and leave these dimensions, you know, or move into a different realm that you can be copied. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what Christina is doing. I know how things fell out for me, and more than likely, individuals have to make an arrangement to bow down to this damn machine that devours motherfucking people and gets their images taken. And I don't know, man. I see so much weird shit on the regular, man. You know what I'm saying? I see so much weird shit on the regular. But Olivia looks dead on, like dead on, exactly, verbatim, 100%. Okay. Unless it's an identical clone, as in a twin, an exact replica or copy of Christina, okay, like this young lady, I knew in Sacramento, and like I said, there was like raves and all sorts of other type of shit, and my homies, and we were into breakdancing and shit like that. And I remember one night we went to a rave, and then everybody came back to my house in like Roseville. I think I was in Roseville at the time. Yeah, dude. And that was back in junior college days. So it's crazy to see this individual post up their videos and what have you, and it not be who I knew, because they are exactly everything about them. Olivia's petite, so is Christina. Christina was petite, you know, why do I point these things out? I point these things out because they are peculiar things about an individual's look or image that would be difficult to achieve if there was some type of imposter. All right, which would cause me to correlate that these individuals are the same, and that maybe a different alias is rocking with that look, other than the one that I know. That's not to say that the one I knew could have potentially not been the real one. I mean, you know, maybe that was Olivia, and that just happened to came up. See, people got to remember that they came up through deep state and shit. You know, it's not the same for all of us. I mean, anyways, man. So, anyway, speaking about petite things, I've been some thoughts been coming to my mind in regards to Simone Biles. Hang on a second. Simone Biles, the great Olympian, okay, that is able to do like the most craziest shit, you know what I'm saying, all the time, with all them flips and shit. Simone has always been very talented. And as I thought about these things more, and some memories came into my mind in reflection of my life in a former lifetime, Me and Simone were exceedingly close. It was lovey-dovey, but at the same time, we were children. We were fucking children. Yeah, Simone has saved my ass. In other words, here's this rabbit. This rabbit must be some type of fucking spiritual science. This fucking rabbit, dude. It's like 3:30 at night, man. The fucking animals. I mean, I just fucking, dude. I just want to mosh pit with the deer, and I'm totally agitated about this fucking thing. And it's not like an anger. It's just so fucking ridiculous. It's so fucking insane. It's unreal, man. It's this fucking Disney thing, dude. It's really fucking with my mind, because it's like, is there some type of fucking MK Ultra on me? You know, when motherfuckers fail this program that we're all forced to go into, this super soldier program, whatever the fuck it is, when niggas fail this program, that it's not affiliated with these Masons and shit like that, because Masons have to do the work pertaining to this shit. These demons that hog all the damn females. Okay. Hey man, listen. Here's these fucking deer, man. They're images. I guarantee you, these deer and this shit around me, these are holograms. These are not even real animals. They're not. You're not even a real animal, buddy. Look, and they just freeze and look at me. They just stare. It's a hologram. Dude, these are holograms. Are you a hologram? That's right. No, but going back to what you was doing. Now, see, the young one, gone now. Their ears are so big. Don't they remind you, deers, when you look at a deer's ears, bro, it remind me of that alien off of that old 80s movies called Mac and shit. Where they have the alien called Mac, where their knees bent the opposite direction, they could jump like hella far distances and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what a deer's ears look like when their ears is out and shit like that. But anyways, man, I think they're holograms or aliens or something. These animals are not acting normal. Because when I say a hologram, then the deer started looking at me directly, like it was eating, and then it just started looking at me. It got interested in what I was saying after I called it a hologram. Now listen, man, this shit don't make sense in this place. And I remember former lifetimes, me and Simone Biles was close, and she covered my ass a couple times, kept me from getting into trouble. Now I was slightly younger than Simone Biles during that lifetime, but we were pretty much inseparable. She used to wear windbreakers. She had a white one. It had like a purple triangle on the back. And some other designs. It kind of had like a Trapper Keeper design. And we were on a bus one morning and we were headed to school. I'm not exactly sure what happened. But anyways, I don't know what I did or what I would have gotten in trouble for, but we were under some strict pretenses. It was kind of corporal. Our schooling was kind of corporal and fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And I covered her too. I covered her sometimes. I did, but I told her I wouldn't forget her and that I would remember her. This is from former lifetimes, and now Simone is so they turned my affection into a super soldier, Captain America. And why is it called Captain America? Because I had to put Shane on. I gotta attach the Shane on onto it, right? This is what's happening. This is what it's talking about in Get Out and shit. So I don't know if that's the same Simone, but she acts the same. She acts the same. Okay. I don't know if she remembers me, man. You know, she's exceedingly powerful. I guarantee you, her abilities are stripped. She has to strip her abilities in order to be here. But I'm talking about like spirits from like pre this earth. Okay. Yeah, Simone. Yeah, Simone is powerful. Okay, in the spirit world. And in the spirit world, I think she's younger than me in the spirit world. But I mean, as far as like the lifetime here, that was a former lifetime. I don't know if that's the same Simone, but due to twinning and things like this, like her memory would be linked, okay, to a degree. It's just a matter of what time or what season she starts remembering these types of things. If maybe she hasn't even forgot, and maybe that's not the same Simone. But you know, we were kids and shit, dude. We had a fucked up. It was kind of a fucked up life a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Not due to like we had food and shit like that, but it was just like very. It was something else with us, man. It was some corporal ass school. It was the whole situation was fucked up. It was from D State, okay, prior lifetime, okay, and she's nails, man. Simone Biles is nails. Simone Biles is she was always tough. I definitely remember her. Okay. What else I want to talk about? I'm sure she doesn't. I'm sure she doesn't remember me. And now that she's famous and things like that, and people are famous, I think it just. This is what I mean about individuals that have their shit together on a certain level or have things going for them. That by the time you have something genuine to say, or have some honesty or whatever, their status in society is as such in a way so, and they've been around so many false imposters that you can't have a decent or a real conversation with any of these individuals out of superficial prestige and this exceedingly thick wall or buffer that separates humanity and humanity's needs as well. Causes indifferences in which, if the serpent hides itself in the clefts of the rock in order to find something real, generally it would seem that it would suggest that one would have to be able to get past the dragon. It's like everything is guarded, that's a treasure. Is that not how it goes? You have to get past the dragon to get to the treasure? Go on, dear. They stop and they look at me. Look, this will start. I'm not talking to you. You fine. Look, they turn. After I say that, they turn and go back to what they're doing. They like they know what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about. Animals that got like a human kind. Go on. I ain't talking to you. See, they turn and they leave. Like now, either them are holograms, or they got some type of human intelligence. They fucking totally know what I'm saying. They totally know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's like now it's either some spy shit or it's or these things is holograms or something. Now, what else I want to talk about? I want to talk about this blonde chick. Okay, because chicks are going crazy with the things that I experience pertaining to narcissism, and I don't want them to get shit twisted and come at me awkward. Because keep in mind, people don't know who I am, and I keep things that way. Make sure you humble with that narcissist, because females will fly off the handle with some shit, man. And now they got all kinds of these false personalities which are being utilized divisively to divide men and women and keep men and women separate. If you pay close attention, there's a huge push in this world that it shouldn't be really secret to keep males and females divided. I mean, it's been this agenda since the beginning, especially with financial ways and every way possible, is to rip apart and manufacture an adjustment bureau relationship for each individual in society based on their income and all sorts of other things. Okay. Even if you're a real person, you fucking have to live a fake life. All right. And it's nothing but sales, and you can't have nothing except you can't give away what you have. And what you're given, you won't get. Now, I think many individuals that go a certain route pertaining to works end up working in them overhead shops in that black box called Illa, which could correlate with Allah, because Illa means power, ILAH. Ella, Ella, Rihanna and their original spirits that used to facilitate these images that are holograms that gives us entertainment probably are on the top row or the top room of this black cube in their spirit form. Simone Biles more than likely also, because in order to get to a certain place you have to sacrifice, and then these spirits that give you those things gives it to your image. So what does that mean? They take your image and then you are digitally represented as an electric hologram in this world. And this is where people get into Eastern mysticism such as holograms, so on and so forth, because they can't get back to dealing with things such as the Bible. Okay? So that would be the God of powers. It's a huge factory. I used to work there. When you fuck up here on the bottom floor, all right, in this upside down, you go and you start and you have to work your way all the way back down to the factory, back down to this level, which could be an incalculable number of years. And these would be everlasting chains, because when individuals get here, if you fold up, you understand what I'm saying? If you fold up and go with the Masons or whatever, they put you in a recycle and regeneration. So even the family that you're around or amongst, maybe they made certain agreements or had to make certain agreements even to take care of you, then their spirit gets oppressed and taken out of them. And remember the Bible talks about the consciousness being divided or separate and suffering in two different places. So you go to work in that factory, which is, I think, what happened to me. Okay, and I worked there for a long time. I was working my way down. Now I always produced good work, and I didn't mind working. I was just like, well, this is what I got to do. You just kind of go with the flow. And I wanted to do a different job, so I went and did that for a long time, because they look for you. You have to work. I don't know how the whole thing works, but you have to work. This is pre-Earth. You come back down, okay, and you enter into this place again, all right, and you have another chance or opportunity to live. Okay, this is how I think it works, because the work in Illa, or in the power, the black box, that's a huge factory, and it's hard labor. I just like, I'm Clydesdale, man. I like to work, man. You know, I don't mind it. Okay, but the fact of the matter is this: it's not necessarily the individuals doing work as they had planned. Their spirit is stripped and I think destroyed. And the work is the rudimentary process that builds your motor functions to the point where you could be conscious and also consciously aware of what you're doing. After you become consciously aware of what you're doing, then you start to recognize problems pertaining to your jobs and your work. You become aware, okay? And if you look at it, it mirrors the story of Adam and Eve, okay? All right? So you start to become aware of things, and then, you know what I'm saying, as you become more and more aware and recognize more things, then somehow the situation where you are in the factory will be like, it's time for you to test again, pertaining to this world, to see if you will fold. And the fact of the matter is like, this is a situation where motherfuckers die. The shit is fucked up, man. Alright? It's fucked up, man. Because what happens is it's a recycle. The machine that you exist inside of, this matrix, what they're trying to tell you, the matrix, will fucking recycle you. Okay? So most people who end up going with the brotherhood and pertaining to whatever route they choose, if that route works, then I guess they can hide out on Earth here. Okay, without having to go back and do those other things. But the detriment of doing that is there's a value in which they get, they kind of get screwed, man. because it's a diminishing return or a degrading value here on this earth. Okay, so the only way is to commit fully to this thing. It would appear, and if you don't flinch and move and you survive, then you get to go to a great place. And this is where I went, which was in Hyperia, no different than the spiritual pyramid, but not. Okay, it was in Hyperia, but it was just like this cube inside of the pyramid, but it was just in it, and it was a room that I went into, and I had, like, you know, several kingdoms there. Okay, from each of the things that I went through, because I went through several horrific deaths, you guys. I earned it, man. I really did. The shit was fucked up. But the fact of the matter is if you make an agreement over your life as in to live in a certain type of way, then what ends up happening is you lose your entire life, which correlates around your memory and your consciousness, your ability to be aware and your ability to remember. Because if you live from moment to moment without having any memory, then you would be unconscious. There would be no difference than you being dead. That would be that tiger's eye. Here's these deer. They walk right over, like, and they come around me as in to obstruct my path at 3:30, at 4 o'clock in the morning, walking around a track in the back of an elementary school. It's like they aim to make a point to actually stand in the trackway instead of all of this field. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't understand what this is. But anyways, I was on some shit, and this is what it is. I get these animals, you know, they'll kind of interrupt or do some odd shit, and then they'll fucking stop so I can forget what I'm talking about. So I never can get to you guys what it is, and it's not that I got ADD like that. It's just that I got so much fucking paranormal and supernatural phenomena in my fucking life. I can't have a fucking regular day, man. You know what I'm saying? I have to sound crazy, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't be crazy for having awareness. Individuals would be crazy for not having it, or dead. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happens with this place, man. As far as what I can see, everything here appears to be somewhat of a gaslight that pertains to some type of promotion or a fucking reaping of the mind. Like I said, these females, you know, I don't mind. A lot of them have been in narcissistic relationships, but some of them are going to take advantage and try to blitz this situation. And fellas, you got to grow a pair of balls to stand onto, because quite frankly, we should never be in this predicament. The shit's gotten out of control. You know what I'm saying? There are respective values in which individuals should be treated a certain type of way and everything like that. But you females, don't think you about to run a blitz on me, because let me tell you, you better be telling the truth when you come to me, because it's nothing but straight fire over here. You know what I'm saying? Because females play a lot of fucking games, and it's a part of their psychology and knowledge. The problem is these games that they play are games that they play based upon triggers of when they were traumatized and they got knocked out. Then this ancient spirit that's like a millipede or a frog or a bird comes into them. And you dealing with a fucking ancient such as Toph, and you fucking up there sitting on your couch in a relationship with them, even though you don't fuck with that religion. You see what I'm saying? Look at all these deer. Another fucking deer. 2 more of these. Dude, I gotta go. I'm gonna walk to the other park. This is fucking, they're nuts, dude. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of deer around here, but dude, listen, it's not that, it's a regular ass suburb and anywhere fucked, like, it's fucking insane, dude. Like, you have no idea how this doesn't make fucking sense. Jesus Christ, man. This motherfucker got me. I was just so frustrated, man. I'm on the Travolta side of the game right now, man. Like, it's like, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? You ever see Travolta when he gets pissed? It's like, oh shit. That's how I felt. Because it's like, I'm analytical, man. I'm analytical, and this shit is like so fucking impossible. You know what I'm saying? To fucking happen. There's pedophiles and fucking animals that get in your way. There's all kind of fucking UFOs and paranormal phenomena and spirits and shit. Like, what type of crazy ass shit is this, nigga? You know? What type of crazy ass shit is this, man? We ain't got lightning bugs here for the most part. You know? There's nobody's talking about lightning bugs going extinct or anything like that. Then I mentioned and they get on it. Whatever, and they fucking start going off on that shit, and it's like, where's my money for pointing out all this shit? You know what I'm saying? Up here in this fucking predicament, this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy as fuck. Okay, so listen, this is what I want to talk about now, man. There's this chick, man, that I was looking at YouTube. I didn't even click on the video, bro, just because I was like, this is some... You hear how loud that fucking truck is that just passed me? Fucking ridiculous. So there's this chick, dude. She's got a Greek name, okay? That's already, like, you know what I'm saying? That's already one thing. And you know this chick is a Mason. And this is the one that wears these posh outfits that look like she could work for Steve Jobs. You know, Steve Jobs always wore those turtlenecks. That CIA type shit, right? And anyway, she is saying she's like a field agent or a CIA agent. And we've seen all these fucking TV shows where they have like the hot chick, like from Quantico, working as a field agent. Like, I'm not going to recognize her as soon as she walks in a fucking door or some shit like that. I mean, it's only so much you could dress down a motherfucker. Like, it's just not going to work. She's too, I mean, the shit's too popping. I don't know what type of, I don't know how that shit's gonna even work. I don't know how she's gonna sneak around anywhere. This chick is one of those. Okay, this chick that's the actual agent, she's one of those. Like, she got blonde hair, blue eyes, and you know what I'm saying? She's one of those things from like They Live, you know what I'm saying, with a Greek name. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? You can tell by how the eyeballs are set in the skull. You know what I'm saying? Where the eye is. Okay? Check the brow line. You could do that. Okay? So, you know, this female, okay, pretty attractive. You know, this wasn't about ninjutsu as far as a field agent. You know, this is about Married to the Game. And she up there talking about how to spot and tell if somebody's a liar, this, that, and the other. And the fact of the matter is, I mean, what type of knowledge is that exactly? I mean, what type of things would you have to know? You have to know how to lie at least, right? That would take practice, right? Okay, so if this individual is an agent and doesn't look like an agent, like if I was an agent, you know, I would have to carry the pistol. I'll probably have some scars or some type of shit like that. I would have a certain type of look. This individual goes to spas and courts men in certain atmospheres, such as fundraisers and parties. That's what this agent looks like. And so we're talking about the archetype of the honey trap or the whore of Babylon, the lady in red. And this is why I ask niggas if they married to the game, or, you know, you dealing with someone like Samson, you dealing with one of these hot ones out here that you could, you know what I'm saying, solicit for a few dollars. You know what I'm saying? And these individuals, how do they make it in life and earn a legitimate wage unless they are put out there as refreshments by the government? So these Johns go in, and then all sorts of intel gets placed on them, and these individual Johns usually pertain to a certain industry, so it pertains to a certain lifestyle, which pertains to a certain time, like nighttime, and this correlates with certain entities and certain bodies pertaining to agreements and contracts that have entities, deities, and so on and so forth in it, which individuals sign in blood. And it seems that everybody requires a life. And I have to say that this thing to me Unfortunately, it's not a game. So therefore, I'm going to have to say that before Earth, me being told this was a game, I have to disagree with it. It doesn't look like that. This shit looks fucked up. My elder is going to have to do some explaining. This is too suspect. I have reached my limit. I ain't fucking with that. I ain't fucking with no guys. I didn't deal with none of that shit before I fucking existed. All this shit that pertains to gods and things like that correlates with here. This is what I will tell you. The information I have found in the Bible, there have many things that have been true, but certain things haven't rang out in my life. There is no way that you follow Christ and your life turns out this way, and there's no way that you this was the ideation that Christ had pertaining to individuals' lives. Okay? Plain and simple. 2, the Bible is not simple to understand. 3, this Bible is meant to be the Bible that was back in Hyperia before we entered into Earth, but that was a completely, it was, first of all, even when he knocked out half of the book, it was a way bigger book than the book that we have here, down here on Earth. There's no way to prove or correlate that the two books are the same. And who told individuals to start searching for scriptures pertaining to Christianity if it's some new religion? Who would look for that? You talking about like King James? You think King James would... Here come cars. Cars come out now. These fucking maggots. Do you think James... King James sent for individuals to look for the Bible, an individual that was closer to a Roman lifestyle, hypothetically, or that they would discover all these things and put it together and know it's the Bible and think not to search for a book that was written by Christ? And Christ didn't write a single book? Okay, so individuals are revealed according to their ways. The truth of the Bible and the light, I can't take nothing away from Christ. Can't. But I can say that the outcome of this thing is definitely not what was intended in this situation that's gone on too long. And therefore, it can only be the enemy I know. Since God said that I will bring them into strong delusion, which the God of order, why would you bring anybody into a deeper delusion? That doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's one problem. God said that. It's written in Scripture that the simplicity, that it should be simple. Which the walk is simple, I could say that. But the correlations between the earth and how this shit is operating around me isn't circumspect. It doesn't seem right to me, according to the word. If I had 10% of that what I gave with a good heart and having charity, I wouldn't even be close to this predicament that I'm in. You understand what I'm saying? And yet I don't complain about these things. I complain about the spiritual things. I've been through several lifetimes. I've been tormented several times. One time even strapped to the chair, massacred by the Masons. I went through a long torment. Okay? It's like some shit you never seen. And they copy what they did to me in the film Misery. But they didn't do the exact same thing. Here comes another faggot drive down his van. Like when I get to a street and I'm about to cross the street, that's when these fucking fags come. And they turn so slow, man. It's no traffic, you faggot. They turn so fucking slow, dude. I just talk to them. They just move like roaches. Like I could literally, you know what I'm saying, punch him across the back. That's why I just want to sock him in the back of the head like you wouldn't believe. Like real hard. You know what I'm saying? And they would just walk off. Like they're totally brain dead stupid. It's like I'm in a fucking Sims video game. You know, this is why people snap and lose their mind and shit like that. Because the world is filled with fucking roaches. That's all they are. Unfortunately. They have no depth or value. Just a creature created to be stepped on. I dare not call you human if you act like this. These automatons in this container that I've been put amongst. You know, I dare not put my penis in any of these things that are psychologically, algorithmically fucked in their ways of thinking. I'm not stuck up. It's the difference between recognizing that when Gordon Ramsay asked for a rice pilaf from seasoned chefs, okay, and the rice pilaf doesn't come out right, he gets upset. It's like a nigga telling you he don't know how to make Kool-Aid. It's like, stop front. You know what I'm saying? So the fact of the matter is, this place is fucked. But you know, these agents, this honeypot, all these interruptions that came upon and were graced upon, deter me from speaking about what I want to speak about. The only way I can speak about what I want to speak about here is do it inside of my house. Everything in this world has been taken for me to confine me inside of my house, and not for me to be seen outside or some type of shit like that. It's some weird shit going on. But what oppressive spirit can be that fucking gay, bro? Like, let's be honest, that shit is corny as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the power level of the oppression that you have to deal with. And so individuals are like Cher, the movie, where, you know what I'm saying, niggas is trying to get the attention of his audience to pay attention to him because he's in some type of trouble. But in order to keep their attention or catch their attention, he has to entertain them or cater to them in a certain type of way. You know, this world is heartless as fuck, bro. It's heartless and brain dead. Okay? Probably a little more brain dead than it is heartless. But the fact of the matter is, this is what it is here. It's shit. And you got these individuals that cater to certain parties or certain functions that are these dolled up females, these dolls. And they do special agent work when you hook up with them. These one night stands, these fly by nights, these whatever, lightning bugs. And they disappear from being amongst your circles in your world. And they don't have a problem with connecting with you for just the moment. Their je ne sais quoi is completely unnatural to them. Their sexiness is a bit different than what would be specified from the typical psychology based upon exposure, saturation, and age of a developing female to have that much saturated aura of a certain sexiness, which is not something that is natural. Sexiness is not natural. Okay, this is a secondary thing. This is that is a type of practice of some sort. So the fact of the matter is that the sexiness correlates with the strange fire. You see what I'm saying? And then the subjectivity of an individual's mind of whether to be able to determine what is cute and what is sexy. Because some of the things that I find cute tend to be on the edgier side of the game. You know what I'm saying? You know, a chick that, you know what I'm saying, looks like maybe like Jennifer Connelly, that has a butterfly knife, has a certain attractiveness, or I might say that shit is cute. You see what I'm saying? But other niggas might say that shit is danger. Usually sexiness correlates with a bit of danger, but you see what I'm saying? This is where, and people are thinking like, dude, this dude is when you get into calculations and ratios based upon perception, you have to understand the psychology of the individual you're getting with, whether to find out if that which you enjoy subjectively would correlate with a scale that matches the psychology of an individual, of what type of aura or that they promote. You see what I'm saying? Because if within that one body and that one mind that that individual has a practice, then that practice therefore would supersede any qualities or illusions in which an individual would find cuteness, which would be more on the safer side of the game. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of assessments that one will have to do. But the fact of the matter is, when you see these trophy or these beautiful types, these individuals or entities usually are not human. They usually come from the spiritual world. They are gathered and put together for a specified purpose, and a lot of it is to the low-hanging fruit, to catch a nigga by his loins, to generate or create a flow of dollars. You see what I'm saying? And therefore, their ways are diametrically opposed. The relationship that you regard unto the individual that entertains it knows good and well that between you and that individual, it's not going to work out because they've done their homework. Okay, when you have a girl that deals with like a future, okay, you know what I'm saying, that all of a sudden tries to go with something else. A lot of times, in a lot of cases, they already know that, you know what I'm saying, to some extent, it's going to start to prove to be too drastic for these two individuals to come together. Okay, for a lengthy amount of time, and therefore, the dividing or separation of marriage is, I have to see as being agendaed as a way of trading hands of money more than anything else, transactional. You see what I'm saying? People have no true commitment to be faithful. Okay, and how faithful one is, I regard their faith pertaining to their beliefs or their religion, their discipline. Okay, and if they cannot, if their relationship between their discipline or their religion is not as in their relationship towards me, then I know where I stand for one, and I know if it's really not good pertaining to their discipline or their religion, that they're totally not going to be able to deal with any type of actual relationship. You see what I'm saying? So I cross-reference these things, but I'm saying this chick that's on here that's talking about special agent shit, you know what I'm saying? She is, by all means, a honeypot. All right? That's just what it is. All right? And when you get into the honeypot side of the game, you are dealing with trauma in Utah. Okay? Because in order for them to keep their profession and to avoid certain type of things, they have to go about things in a different type of way to avoid certain things, such as pregnancy. Of all things, they'd rather catch all the STDs in the world to avoid pregnancy. You see what I'm saying? Showing a trade or a business or creating the bear and womb dynamic that was spoken of in the Bible. All right? So these things I find to be interesting, but I had to get a clip of that to show you, like, my point I want to show you was this individual doesn't go back to a government agency. This individual reports back home after maybe a 2-hour job or a 1-hour job, turning tricks or johns, working from, the inner cities, not the inner city, or maybe the inner cities, all the way out to these big block FBI situations. So whether you deal with corporations, okay, whether you deal with corporations or big black government agencies or police and things of this nature, how individuals' personal information gets out there pertains to that which they keep quiet amongst themselves, oftentimes. That which you would not know about. And this generates a war between privacy and peace, okay? And trust becomes a prominent thing. But people are getting stabbed in the back, so on and so forth. And a lot of the dealings, a lot of the issues that's going on, it's a correlation between Samson and Delilah. It's happening between these strong brothers that carry the hammer. All right. You're talking about smart arts. You're talking about CIA. You're talking about Intel. And it really ain't nothing too deep to it other than hunting. They hunt. They're going to hunt with what an individual likes. They will never give you what you want. If they do, it's a trap. Okay? That's what it is. But this whole thing is an illusion, and they're stuck in this dimension. You see what I'm saying? And they're going to try to hold you down. They're going to hate you for no reason. So for individuals that's doing this, here's the key. I wouldn't come at the angle that you're being oppressed and things of this nature. I would come at the angle that you are correct and that they are out of line because they're already aware of what they're doing. We're starting behind the starting line. Okay, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Why would I suppose racism? Racism is done away with. Well, why would you bring that up? Of course it is. You have to assume the position on the more side of the game, white male, because the alpha dynamic since ISIS, this has collapsed. Many of these niggas, and we see the skirt of America has been lifted. Okay, so why would you not just assume, you know what I'm saying, your basic structure of rights and things that you should have? We shouldn't be explaining our case, but being appalled, you know what I'm saying, and surprised by the behavior of individuals around me. This is not to be reckless or ruthless. This is to have a nuance of class, a swirling of the glass to let them know, you beast. You want me to do what? No. That's unacceptable. I'm not going to do that. I'm surprised you would ask me that. Why don't you ask one of them? You understand what I'm saying? Racism's over. All right. This is a woke era where, you know what I'm saying. If you want to come to me with respect and take a knee, as they did during Black Lives Matter, then maybe we can have a conversation. But this right here, unless you're willing to go over there to ask this individual to do the same thing, you see what I'm saying? Then I expect to have a knee. Now, they could have a problem with that, but they could just go over and ask that other individual. They could do it, right? But the first step is what? It's got to be a problem. It's got to be something wrong with you, right? And clearly it's something wrong with their brain. Okay? Now, even if you sign up to work for a job and they can ask this thing of you, okay, you are your own human being. Now, when you stop giving up your dignity, then maybe you will get some respect. And that may mean you may have to go through some bullshit. But as long as they can get you to do what they want you, what they want you to do, then they're going to take it from you. And I got to be at variance, honestly, with the Most High right now, because he's the one that also said not only that he'll bring strong delusion, but he'll bring up a nation against us that, you know what I'm saying, that would cause to agitate us. And the fact of the matter is I did my time and I didn't eat that fruit. And he would be wrong to say if he did. I would know if God is alive if he said I did, because we all seen what it is. I can't make this shit up, man. You see what I'm saying? But we would call this situation a game or the love of a father to refine his children. No, these are not attributes of a father, and I think I could do a better job than him. Okay, based upon this predicament that I'm in now, I'm patient up until a certain point. Okay, so for someone to facilitate this type of activity upon mankind, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna have to say this, man. It's suspect. It goes beyond reason. Something is off with it. Something is off with the Heavenly Father. And a liar that is subtle is going to be deceptive. So therefore, that individual is more than likely going to utilize the truth. And Christ said, now man has become as one of us. And that's not true, because I didn't eat from the tree. So this slip caused a misstep or incalculable damage towards this entire matter. Okay? I can't fuck with it. I would never put the kids in Hyperia in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Simone, shit, I'm still trying to get home. I don't know what's gonna happen, but if I get home, then I will, I'll check to see what's going on with, because I gotta see what's going on with my situation with exiting this place. first and foremost, but I'll check to see if that's you in there. Because honestly, you act the same. So that, I mean, shit, it may actually be you who I've known before. Okay. I don't know if I could transfer this memory. You would realize, like, we were like super close. We were kids, you know. But anyways, I'll try to pull you out here. Hang in there. I know you're going through some shit. I really do. Dealing with the press and all of that. You know what I mean? I don't watch. I watch things selectively. I don't. Just whatever happens to cross my eyes for that day. Like I don't really do too much in looking out as I did before. But I don't know. Some of the images that Simone suggests that she has to put up with a lot of shit, and she's really good at it. But I mean, it could be tiresome sometimes. And I hope that you are able to take a break. Sorry about that. Hope you're able to take a break and get some rest. You know what I'm saying? Away from the madness. As far as everything else that I presented here, listen, you guys, there's a lot of funny shit going on. There's deep state. You've had former lifetimes, more than likely. Many of you probably came from Hyperia, to be honest. Okay, there's just certain individuals I remember. Okay, that I like knew. Okay, the young lady and Evil, the TV show that had their brother Luke Cage that played Luke Cage is in there. The young lady that plays in there, she's Hyperion. Let me think about this. I'm not sure. She might not be. I'm not sure. But I knew her in a former lifetime. Okay, we were kids. And when I say I know somebody, you guys, because these guys from the D state automatically think that things are a certain type of way. It's not like that. Okay, it just means I knew that, like, I went to school. You know what I'm saying? And that tells me that deep state shit is real hectic down there. I presume that the deep state is walking the earth, which would mean these are the individuals that have enmity with me. And like I said, a lot of the behavior seems to be special. So if these individuals lived in complete darkness, then they would have to use some form of independent markers in order to locate one another according to census. Okay, so I believe that that's what's going on. And it's just interesting that the serpent is the most subtle beast of the field, and the dust shall be his meat, and he goes according to his senses. And we have the census according to the population of the earth, and what happened with King David when he miscalculated something, that individuals ended up abducted and dead. Okay. This was a census back in David's time. So it's just interesting, how important is the census today? And census, which correlate with the serpent, and the serpent's meat is dust of the field, which will correlate with human bodies and beings. All right. Peace and blessings be with you all. I'm out.